Marianne Brandon, one of the editors for The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker, and Mary Jo Markey, who was an editor on The Force Awakens, both recently were asked about their thoughts on The Last Jedi, and I'm sure this comment section is going to be full of calm, collected, and respectful comments based off of what they said.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
I feel like it's not controversial at this point to say this sequel trilogy should have been planned out a lot better. It doesn't take a genius to watch the 3 films and go, yeah, they were a little disjointed. Maybe we should have had a plan at the very beginning when we bought a beloved franchise for over $4 billion. Well, apparently editors who worked on the sequel movies agreed. Shit was a mess. So like I said in the intro, I just want to talk about what Marianne and Mary Jo, 2 editors that worked on the sequel movies, what they had to say about The Last Jedi. And it's not favorable, so if you're one of those people that has a meltdown when somebody says something negative about something you like, you should probably still watch this video because it's very good for you to experience those things. It'll desensitize you so you can have more calm, rational conversations in the future with people that don't agree with your opinion. So first, Marianne spoke on a trilogy needing a united voice, stating, in hindsight, that the trilogy, the last part of the trilogy, needed one vision. With Mary Jo stating, I couldn't agree more. It's very strange to have the second film so consciously undo the storytelling of the first film. I'm sorry, that's what it felt like. Which I think is really funny because if you've been following Star Wars under Disney, they have had everything very tight-lipped when there's any sort of negative comments about the sequel trilogy. So the fact that these 2 editors came out and said, yeah, they really needed to unite and have one cohesive sequel trilogy, and yeah, The Last Jedi undid The Force Awakens, and that was a disaster, is pretty big. Ladies, you might want to go into hiding. The House of Mouse will find you. Marianne went further on to say how hard it was for JJ to finish the trilogy, sharing, it was polarizing and it was hard for JJ and the writer to know what to do with it. It's like someone else writing the middle of your novel. But Mary Jo thinks that JJ did his best to tell a story from The Last Jedi and where it ended. So overall, these 2 ladies are just not happy with what Rian Johnson did after The Force Awakens with The Last Jedi and how disjointed everything was. But just in case you are furious and you view Rian Johnson as your god, there was some positive things said about him too. So I'm gonna read those right now so you can sleep well tonight. So Marianne said on Rian Johnson, it was a different take on the Star Wars saga. To Rian's credit, he stuck to what he wanted to do, and he wanted to deconstruct the film and go a different direction. And I know it's controversial, but isn't that good? He brought new elements. There you go. You guys don't need to send death threats to the ladies. They said a nice thing about Rian Johnson. It's gonna be okay. We gotta stop with the death threats, guys. It's making us look really bad. I'm actually really hoping we get more interviews like this in the future where people that worked on the sequel trilogy talk about how much they didn't like it, how it just wasn't a cohesive story, and how The Last Jedi just really fucked things up bad. Because it did. It doesn't matter whether you think The Last Jedi was a good or bad film, but when you look at The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi is just really fucking weird. It's just so out of place. And that is Disney's fault. That is Kathleen Kennedy's fault. They should have had all 3 films planned for the trilogy before even starting on the first one. Don't know how you messed that up so bad, but here we are.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.